So, what is the next thing that Sky News want us to panic over? Well, it is now the debt ceiling, because it has been revealed that our debt has tripled to $31,400 per individual. Now, the uneducated, those people that would normally be watching Sky News, would think, well, that's an amount of money that we all, as individuals, must pay back. But it is not. It is, though, an indication of where our debt sits in Australia because of having to borrow money to pay for the 2008 fiscal crisis and the cost of protecting our nation in relation to COVID. It is worth noting that neither of these two crises were the responsibility of the current government, a fact which is lost on the commentators at Sky News. Chris Kenny, in all his wisdom, is asking why there are not panic stations because of the increasing debt. So, of course, the person he asked to present this issue is the well-known economist and extremely educated fish shop owner, Pauline Hanson. Pauline, of course, offers her depth of understanding in relation to economics and is keen to point out that politicians such as her are only interested in the 3-year electoral cycle.
Chris, you have to understand it. There's a 3-year cycle in Commonwealth elections, federal elections, and the fact is the politicians don't have long-term vision for the future.
Pauline conveniently forgets that as a senator it is a 6-year cycle. Here is Pauline's in-depth and extremely profound response.
What I'll say to the government, get rid of your Snowy 2, wipe it, forget about it. It's not going to happen. From 2 billion to 20 billion, the 40 billion that we spend on the Indigenous program for 812,000 people that are registered as Aboriginal on the census, that needs to be overhauled completely.
There is no mention of the government's recent budget, which demonstrated that they were able to manifest a surplus. Surely that should be commended, because it is not adding to the current debt. I guess that is all I need to say about this racist, bigoted individual. It eludes me how stupid one person can be. In a conversation around the debt ceiling, which Hanson believes all of us somehow are going to pay out of our own pockets, or by eradicating certain programs such as the Snowy Mountain Scheme and Indigenous welfare, without even a heartbeat, she displays her racist tendencies. Unbelievable. Hanson is like watching an aged grandparent becoming upset because her cup of tea was not served in her favourite china. She is a vacuumous hunk of flesh. In this graph, it shows us that the debt this country has incurred from 1972 to a projection in 2024-25. The interesting statistics is the amount of interest being paid on this debt. I'm not an economist, but I can assure you that being able to pay off a debt without an increase in interest rate certainly must be a good thing. Of course, a Liberal government, which incidentally was responsible for most of this debt, would endeavour to bring the debt down by limiting bulk billing for Medicare, failing to build housing for those escaping domestic violence, taking money out of programs, as Pauline Hanson has suggested, for Indigenous people, ensuring that wages remain stagnant, limiting those who could access the NDIS or eliminating it altogether. In other words, they would do away with the welfare programs which benefit our community. It is for this reason alone, that we could never afford to have the Liberal Party in power again. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel and make any comments you feel appropriate below. Take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.